everything in this country always be based on black or white? Is it a good thing that there's actually a box that you can check on an application that says other, when in reality society has already labeled you? Can you truly ever be who you identify with? Let me read you the definition of identity crisis. A period of uncertainty and confusion in which a person's sense of identity becomes insecure, usually due to society. We have gone through an identity crisis, or someone we know has gone through an identity crisis. And it's really important as you grow older to know who you are, whether that be being aware of your heritage and culture, or just identifying with who you grew up with, who you grew up around. We all have our reasons for what it is we choose to identify with. So, one more thing before we get started on my segment. Halle Berry, Kimora Lee Simmons, President Obama, these are biracial people who identify with being African American. Tiger Woods, I gotta put him in the pot. I actually wrote this down because I just couldn't remember it. Tiger Woods has come up with his ethnic makeup as Cablinasian. Cablinasian. I've never heard of that in my life. Have you? Okay. So let me educate you on what a Cablinasian is. That is a person who is mixed with Caucasian, Black, American Indian, and Asian. Do you agree or disagree with that? Do you think that it's okay for a person to be who they want to be? Is it okay for a person to say they're other when society says they're in fact black or they're in fact white? I really hope you tune into all three parts. As much as I did not want to make this 3 parts, I thought it was essential to make it 3 parts so that we could get all the perceptions possible and have a better understanding of why people think the way they think, or why someone chooses to identify with what they identify with. Check it out. Here's part 1. Welcome to Namaste, where you must live and learn so yeah
don't get burned.
That's right. I'm joined here today by my lovely niece, Dreama. Thank you for joining me, Dreama.
No problem, T.
So I'm doing a 3-part series on race, and it's called Are You Black? Are you black?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because you sure don't look it. You look like you're mixed with something. Are you mixed?
Nope, just black.
100% black.
Basically.
It sounds a little ignorant because it is. We really shouldn't keep asking people, are you mixed? It shouldn't matter.
Right.
Inner beauty is more important. But unfortunately, when people look at us as light complected African American women, they're going to have that curiosity. And for me, it's more ignorance. I mean, you can be curious, but when you start picking and prying at, what's your grandfather?
Yeah.
What's
I'm
your,
not doing that.
are you sure? Because you
Yeah.
don't look black. Are you sure? It's just so ignorant.
Yeah, it could be because you have certain people who say, well, my great-great-grandmother was...
Right. But remember back in the slavery days, right, if there was a drop of black, you black.
You're black.
You're black. So how do you feel about biracial people that don't claim either black, white? They just check other. Do you respect that? Do you understand it? Do you disagree?
I don't understand it, but I respect it.
Okay.
Because I feel like when you don't identify with one, then
that's when you start to get confused.
you're probably going through like an identity crisis.
Correct.
So,
And I personally knew that I didn't want a biracial child. I dated a lot of Spanish guys growing up, but I was like, I'm gonna have a black baby daddy.
right.
I mean, I
Why?
met a lot of people who actually went through the whole identity crisis thing.
You didn't want that for
I
me.
did not want that for my child. Absolutely not. That's just as if kids don't have enough to worry about in this society today. Why take them through not even understanding who they are as a person? You know what I mean? Their heritage. So that was just a personal choice I had for my own reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But how does it make you feel? Because when I look at you, I can totally say you're biracial. You look biracial.
No, you can't.
I totally can.
Why?
Because you're light complected.
That doesn't make you look biracial.
I'm just giving my opinion. You look biracial.
How do you look biracial?
Your skin tone.
Does
Does that bother you that we're put in that box?
Yes.
Be honest. Why?
Because we're all black. But you know the sad part
We're not
about
going to do history 101, like history 101.
But you know
Because that we are. All of us, we are.
what's so sad about it is it's mainly black people who say dark skin, light skin, brown skin,
Right.
caramel.
As if we're not already segregated. Right.
We like
we
to
segregate one
each other
another.
more.
And we don't even realize it.
Yeah.
That we do that.
Mhm.
We put the light skinned girls in one
Together.
box,
Uh-huh.
the brown skin, and then you got the ones in the middle.
Then you have the ones who are light and they feel like they're darker.
Correct.
And then you have the ones who are darker and feel like they're lighter.
Right.
Instead of just saying we're all black.
This could be another episode, so I won't get
Sorry.
too deep into it. But why do you think black women don't hold each other up? And why do you think you and I as light complected women are put in this box where we're bougie or stuck up or possibly mixed? Why do you think that is? Do you think it'll ever end?
No, I don't think it'll ever end. But I feel like a long time ago, not too long ago, kind of like when you were in high school, there was like a thing with the dark and the light, the darker girls and lighter girls, and it was like a competition, and it was like a kind of like a battle. So I feel like that's where it came in, where it's the dark skinned girls versus the light skinned girls, and the light skinned girls are always stuck up. And even like on movies, they always portray
School days. Do you remember School Days?
Yeah,
The
that's
movie
what
School
I
Days?
was kind of getting at. Yeah, but it's like even in the movies or on the TV shows, they always make the light skinned women so stuck up and bougie and their noses in the air, whereas the brown skin
And
women,
that's placed in their minds.
Yes,
People
that's
that
how
watch
they
it
all
in society. And
yeah, like AKA and Delta,
that was a very good
exactly.
comparison.
So it's like that's placed on you, and that's how society looks at you. But to me, it's like if that's how you look at me, that says a lot about how you feel about
Exactly,
yourself.
because that's what it all falls back on, insecurities
Yeah.
and confidence and how you feel as an African American woman. So let me ask you, what is your response when someone says, "Are you mixed?"
I say no.
And that's just that you just leave it at no?
Yeah.
Because I say I'm mixed, yeah. Peace, love, harmony.
No, I just say no.
Okay.
That's a cute answer.
It is, because I want people to think about it like, did I need to ask that?
Right.
People,
That's
I
really
don't know
cute.
if we'll ever get to a place where we realize how important inner beauty is.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what you see first is the outside, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter
It doesn't.
who's biracial or who's mixed. It doesn't matter.
Well, to them it matters.
I can't wait until there's like seriously one race.
Really?
I hope I'm still here.
You won't be.
You don't think?
Mm, no, we got a while.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It doesn't matter.
And to have children in this, to raise children in this country,
Yeah.
you know, it's rough.
This country.
It's rough.
It's. Shout out to our president.
No shout out to the president. I'm sorry. No shout out to the president.
Shout out to the old president.
Shout out to the old
Our
president.
forever president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now I don't know what we have. But anyways, we're not going to get into politics.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, so what is your message to the women out there who don't know what to identify with, or the women that are struggling with who they are?
My message is to just hold on and you'll figure it out.
Hold on, you'll figure it out.
Hold on. because time reveals everything, and timing is everything. And the more you go through life, the more answers, your questions are answered.
That's true.
So don't rush to figure out, am I black, am I white, am I other, am I mixed, am I Spanish? You know, they say black and white makes Spanish looking people.
Right.
But just don't rush to figure it out. You'll figure it out when you're ready in your own time.
That's really good advice. Okay. Well, I thank you for being with me, my love.
No
I thank you for being with me. Join me the next 2 weeks. I'm going to have Mark next week. That's going to be, you really don't want to miss Mark. Very controversial with Mark. The following week, I'm going to have 2 guests on, and we're going to talk about their biracial children. So thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please share my page, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. Let's namaste out.
Nala namaste.
I hope you had a fierce day. Bye.
Bye-bye.